Our first winner tonight for the Best Reporting of Congress is Brody Mullins. And Brody, as most of you I think know, is from the Wall Street Journal. And when I said nothing has changed, but everything has changed, Brody won this award 4 years ago. And so much has changed. But from the times of Everett Dirksen, nothing has changed. So it's an interesting conundrum. And as you all know, as I said, Brody is from the Wall Street Journal. He wrote a series of stories documenting what lawmakers do when they travel overseas on official business. Brody?
Wants its replacement made in his home state, Alabama.
Okay, these guys want to do their speech together. Tim Farnam of the Wall Street Journal wrote the series, and you all are familiar with that. And yeah. You know what, Tim and Brody are going to be able to give you a much better understanding of what they did, but I salute them for excellence in journalism and the best reporting of Congress, which is what we try to make the Dirksen Award about, the best reporting of Congress each year. And it's always an esteemed award, and it always goes to people who understand what they're doing. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Tim and I want to thank the National Press Foundation for this honor. We'd like to also thank the mayor who's here tonight for providing us with transportation tonight in a beautiful black Navigator. It's really surprising that on such short notice, he was able to comply with our requirement for a gray interior. As Sissy said, this is the second time that I've won this award, and standing up here, I can't help but think about how much has changed in journalism, in the media world, in those 4 years, as she was saying. For example, just 4 years ago, Marcus Broccoli was overseeing the decline of one of the most prestigious newspapers in America. And now, just 4 years later, Marcus Broccoli is overseeing the decline of one of the most prestigious newspapers in the country.
And 4 years ago, Mike Allen was staying up all night so that he could email inside scoops to his closest friends. I'm sorry, friend sources.
4 years ago, the bureau chief of the Wall Street Journal was Jerry Seib.
4 years ago, the newly elected chairman of the Oversight Committee was investigating allegedly improper emails sent by Republican staffers. 4 years ago, the Washington Press Corps was a self-absorbed, insecure bunch who only cared about hobnobbing with the political elite. And that was before Emily Miller got her press pass.
For me, personally, a lot has changed. The last time I was here, standing up here, I proposed to Ben Bradley. He said no. Apparently, I'm not a money-making, for-profit test prep company.
Mr. Bradley, sir, I did not write or approve of that joke. Despite all this dramatic upheaval, one thing hasn't changed. Good old-fashioned, tenacious reporting is alive and well in Washington. Everyone in this room helps to make that happen.
I would like to thank my wife, Lauren, for her support. It is said that behind every successful woman, every successful man, it is said that behind every successful man, there is a surprise mother-in-law. Thanks for being there, Patty. I also want to thank my parents who are in the Caribbean hanging out with the beautiful ladies from Cinnamon Bay.
I'd also like to thank my parents who are here tonight from Connecticut and California. My parents are great. They've always told me I could do anything I wanted, and tonight I realize that they might have actually meant it.
We'd also like to thank a few people at the Wall Street Journal who helped make this happen, specifically Matthew Rhodes in Washington and Jerry Baker in New York. These two great leaders immediately saw the importance of our work, the value to the national debate, and they deftly and fearlessly steered these award-winning stories onto page A3.
I'd also like to thank all of my colleagues in the Journal's Washington Bureau for their support. Without your guidance, counsel, and wisdom on these stories and many others, I might not have been able to get a job at the Washington Post.
Tonight we want to dedicate this award to John Wilkie, our former friend and colleague, and a former winner of the Dirksen Award. John is always in our hearts, and by his example, he inspires us every day to try to match his standard. Thank you, John.
To win this award, Brody and I investigated how members of Congress travel overseas. What we found would shock you. On taxpayer-funded trips, lawmakers were eating fancy meals and drinking fine wine, rubbing shoulders with influential leaders and dignitaries at exclusive events, and receiving all sorts of other gifts and a cash stipend available to them only because they held public office.
So, to be recognized for this award tonight, while eating a fancy meal and drinking fine wine for free, rubbing shoulders with influential leaders and dignitaries at this exclusive event, wearing fancy tuxedos paid for with our expense accounts, and walking away with free gifts and cash seems a fitting award for a job well done. Thank you.
Thank you.